Okay, so there's this underrated way to keep your key employees from joining the competition, and it's called a preferred compensation package. Think about it. How often is it not the case where an employer spends a lot of money to train employees that performs a vital role within the business? They trust them with the business, only to lose them to the competition that offers them slightly better benefits and not having to train them. Now, there's a real risk of the employer suffering major losses with employees taking what they've learned and applying it at the competition. Whether this is stealing clients, sharing inside secrets, intellectual property, or just the time and money it took to train the new employee, the risks are pretty severe, I would say. A preferred compensation package is similar to how big corporations keep their key employees, and that's through a share incentive scheme. This is where shares are allocated every year, but only vests after a couple of years. Now, a preferred compensation package is similar, but instead of giving your employees shares, you provide them with an investment that vests after 5 years of service. Now, the beauty of this concept is that it hits two birds with one stone. It forms part of the employee's total package, which means it is 100% tax deductible for the employer. But how does it work? There's a contract that's put in place to ensure that both parties are protected. The employer takes out an endowment in the name of the employee, and that forms part of the employee's remuneration package. Therefore, it's 100% tax deductible for the employer. The endowment is a fixed 5-year investment. A security session is put in place to ensure that the employee can't just take the money without the employer lifting the security session. The contract forces the employee to stay with the employer for the next 5 years and forces the employer to lift the security session after the 5-year term is over. In other words, should the employee decide to leave before the 5-year term is over, the employer gets to keep the investment. If the employee does stick with the initial term, the session is lifted after 5 years and the employee gets to keep the money. By being able to do this, it hands the power back to the employer at the negotiating table. It's significantly more difficult for an employee to leave, knowing that they stand to lose a significant amount of money by not sticking to the contract term. If they still prefer to leave, the employer can use the money to fund training of a new employee or offer quite a lucrative deal to another. By doing this, it safeguards your business against the competition, saving your business money, time, and a lot of frustration not having to train new key employees.